is the idea of like people saying you should be able to, like, people saying no, like homosexuality or whatever is not a choice.
Oh my God. Did we not talk about this
I don't think
already?
so.
Okay, good.
It's something that, you're born with, which, I mean, to a degree I kind of get. Sure, you're born with preferences, I think. I feel like I was born and inclined to the same sex.
Yeah.
But then
Yes.
But then those types of people.
No, this is what they said. All right, this is what they did.
Yeah.
So I saw a video and somebody was saying, and I was trying to be open-minded and like, I'm going to hear this person out and see what they have to say. And it was a transgender person. And she was saying that if you're not attracted to transgender people, it is because of you have a bias and you're prejudiced against transgender people. And essentially their argument was like, love should never be based on somebody's genitals, and you can learn to love somebody that has like different genitals than you would prefer, whatever.
Okay, but then
which I
isn't
could
that... yeah, sure.
I could be like, okay, I get what you're saying, right? Like, you can love anybody.
But doesn't that just bleed into gender being a construct?
But doesn't that bleed into gender being a construct? And doesn't that also bleed into being gay, you're saying, is just like a choice that somebody is making rather than how somebody, like, they're basically saying preferences. You're not born with preferences. They're created, which, again, I can kind of believe that.
Sure,
I don't think it's
sure.
wrong to have preferences, but I can believe that they're made up, that you are,
Like
you
socially,
learn them.
Yeah.
I can believe that. But they're saying you're wrong and you're fucked up and you're a piece of shit and you're transphobic.
People saying that all interracial relationships are rape.
Oh my God. Did I show you that too?
Yes.
All interracial relationships are rape because the power dynamic between the white person and the black person,
it's like, guys,
it was their example, is a skewed power dynamic, and the white person, because they're above, quote unquote.
So these are the people.
God.
These are the type of people that are ruining like the Evergreen State College as we speak. And these are the type of people I would love to, like, have them try to form their own society.
I love
country.
it. Please.
And just see how long it lasts,
You know what I hate the most about all of this? Social justice, all of this shit, is this idea of purity. And that really scares me. It's this idea of...
Totally, yeah.
You need to be 100% pure, and if you have anything wrong with you, you're a piece of shit who deserves to be whatever, ousted for whatever reason.
Well, it's like a dictatorship.
It is. I mean, that's like fascism, right? It's like,
no, totally. It's about...
It's scary.
There's a point to where it infringes on free speech, which is what our country was pretty much founded on.
And that's
like
honestly
tenet.
what they're trying to stop.
And that's like, to bring it back to the Evergreen State College, which is where we went.
Our school.
And it's in Olympia, Washington.
Oh.
It's being totally overturned by people are policing it, like hate speech that they deem hateful, with baseball bats right now. There are kids.
So there's literally kids going around like
if they see something gendered or if they see something triggering, they will take a baseball bat and hit it down, and they'll walk the campus with baseball bats.
Really cool,
making
guys.
Sure. Like, do you see yourself? Do you, like, what are you...
No, it's totally cool.
What are you...
It's revolution, baby. It's anarchy, baby.
Oh, anarchy's really cool.
That's super cool.
Anarchy's so cool.
Yeah, I really like that.
It gets a lot done.
It really does. It's very productive. Very productive way to do anything.
So stupid. Grow up.
Grow up. This is what I want to say. Grow up. Also, nobody gives a shit about what gender you are or how you like to get fucked.
Like, I'm
or
sorry.
anything.
They're like...
I don't care.
There are more important things.
There's so many more important things in the world. And I really don't care.
Kim, there's people that are dying, and you're pissed. Like, you're livid.
No, it's like hate speech. Like, you need to get arrested because you did not call me...
Because you misgendered me.
A fairy. And I consider myself a fairy. Well, guess what?
I don't care.
I don't care. I really don't care what you consider yourself. I don't give a shit.
I will call you a fairy once you've earned my respect in...
I'm never going to call you a fucking fairy. I'm sorry, you're not a goddamn fairy. You're a human being. You're not a fairy. I'm sorry you want to live in World of Warcraft world. Just go on the fucking internet and be a fairy. I don't know.
World of Warcraft world.
You want to live your life as a goddamn fairy? Just go on the stupid internet and play a game where you're a fairy. That's fine.
No,
you autist pieces of shit.
Damn.
I'm sorry. That was too far. I just got really fired up.
No, I get where you're coming from, because it is to a point where you're speaking out and you think that you're doing some good, but really
you're not doing anything, okay?
You're not doing anything, okay? You're calling attention to what the opposition, and to a degree, I'm on your side,
Sure.
Like, I'm liberal. I want social justice.
I'm a bleeding heart. All right.
I'm a bleeding heart lib, for sure. I love civil liberties. Civil liberties are good, but
you're not...
civil liberties don't include me calling you a fairy, and then
they also include like free speech, like you said.
Exactly.
Like I should be able to say what I want to say. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like me for saying that.
No,
but I can
and
say it.
That's kind of where I'm at with Greta Thunberg as well.
I'm over.
It's
her.
like, I get it. You're impassioned. I get it. You're also 16.
You know what got me?
You don't understand political systems and how they work.
That's...
Like, I understand that you can grasp a problem through your lens, but you're also presenting it in a way where you're the only one that's right. And you are. However...
Right.
However, you're saying that people being mean to you are...
Wrong. Bad. Evil.
People, right. And while that may be true, it goes against our policy.
I completely agree with you. I actually said this to my mom the other day because she was like, Greta's a hero and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, you know what? No. Because in my mind, it's like, you got to think about these things too. Like, if it were flipped around, using children as like a political whatever
device
is not okay with me in general. I mean, I know she kind of did it of her own, she wasn't like forced into it. But she's also 16.
But at the same time, she's a 16 with autism who is being used in a political arena,
and that's not
for
cool.
agendas. It's not cool.
It's not okay. And then what upsets me,
I don't know if she has autism or Asperger's or something, but
she has. That's on the.
She's on the spectrum.
Yeah.
I know.
But when I first saw her, like, how dare you?
You know what? I liked that speech.
No, and everybody did, and I was like, it made me cringe when I watched it, because I was just like, she was like, I should be in school and my life is ruined, and it's like, you're 16 years old, like, you've barely done anything, okay?
Yeah, and you're being flown to summit,
flown around the world to be able to basically go, you're bad, how dare you be bad?
And, like, the people that you're talking to, like, think about that. You think that a hysterical 16-year-old girl is going to be the person to get them to realize, oh, maybe I don't need all of the money.
This is also the problem with social justice people in general. You're not helping your cause. You are not helping it. You're hurting it so bad.
Because guess what? The mean, bad people are the ones in power, are the ones that you want to talk to.
You can't just go,
you can't scream at them.
And they're going to go, okay, well, you're an idiot.
You're right. I am bad. Damn it.
You know what? You're right.
You know what? I needed a little girl to cry at me about it, and now I've changed my mind.
And now I'm good again. So thank you.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle. But that's the thing is, like, I know people who like don't understand any of this gender shit. They don't understand anything, right? And they don't even know where they are politically. Like they're just kind of like, oh, whatever. And when you actually talk to them and you say like, well, do you like things like, you know, public schools, or do you like things like this? And then they're like, yeah, I do. And then you go, okay, well, like what if we had, you know, like a publicly funded whatever? And they go, oh, that sounds kind of nice.
That makes sense.
And then you go, yeah, that's like socialism, right? Is doing that. And then they go, oh, I didn't think about it that way. And you actually have a discussion with them when you immediately go
Instead
like,
of, how dare you?
You don't like they immediately go to like,
Nope.
you don't fucking know. And then these people are like, I guess I don't. So I guess
I'm out.
I'm out. I guess
Yeah.
I'm not in this anymore.
What it gets down to for me is, if you're pissed about the game, don't play it. You know, if you're that upset,
Yeah.
then go make your own game. Go do something else, or learn how to play to win. You know,
Right? You would think so. I think maybe that's their point. Because part of me goes, if you're so upset about genders, like, don't do it. Just don't even say, like, I'm, you know, a trans man, but I sexually am. Like, don't even go there. Just be like, whatever. I'm like, nothing.
or find your people that, you know, you feel comfortable with, that won't trigger you, that won't have any other worldview than yours.
Because that's what it is.
That's exactly what
that's
it
what
is.
they
People
want, the
don't want
purity.
to hear. People don't want to hear outside opinions, and it's the same thing with. And you know, of course, I sympathize with those people more than I do, I don't know, Republican gun nuts who also don't want to hear anyone's opinion but theirs.
But it's the same.
But it's the same.
It's the same.
It's the same exact thing. You're doing the same exact amount of good. None.
And if you want, like, I guess for me too, it's like you preach about diversity all the time. Like, we need to be more inclusive and, you know, safe and diverse and blah, blah, blah. But you don't want that. If you're a social justice warrior, you don't actually want diversity. What you want is everybody to think the exact way that you think. That is not diversity. You're essentially saying, because not only do they say that, then they also say cultural appropriation is wrong, which is also essentially saying everyone needs to stick to their own kind. Everyone needs to stick to their own kind, and everyone needs to have the same views in the same group. So you're just alienating everyone and basically creating more problems that you claim.
I kind of get that. I mean, there's a difference between celebration and appropriation.
I think cultural appropriation, number one, is a completely neutral term because it, I guess, number one and number two and all the numbers, it's a neutral term because it's happening constantly and everybody does it all the time. Everybody is culturally appropriating everything.
I mean, when I think of cultural appropriation, I think of like
the
cornrows.
Or like the Coachella girls with like the headdresses or whatever.
Sure.
I don't care. Who cares?
Native Americans?
But like,
sorry, First Peoples.
I'm sorry, First Peoples. But it's like, I get it. Again, here's the thing. I'm not saying putting blackface on and like making fun of black people is right. It's not cool to do that. I'm not saying wearing a headdress and running around and like making fun of Native American people is right.
But at the same time, look at the people doing that.
But look at the people doing that.
They're not move makers, you know?
Like, if the Coachella girl wants to put a fucking, like...
Let her.
Just let her. I'm sorry, like, really?
Let her do it.
What is she... But seriously.
What the hell else has she got going on?
She wants to, you know, she's, like, everyone was pissed about Elizabeth Warren saying that she was, like, Cherokee or whatever. Who gives a shit?
Well, I mean, don't say that.
But who cares? How does it hurt you in any way? What did she say? I'm Native American, and that also means I now have a right to speak for all Native people, and now I also have a right to govern all of them. No, she just said I'm Native American. Oh, whoops, actually, I'm not. And everyone was like, fuck you, you piece of shit, bitch! Like, calm down. It's not that big of a deal.
I don't know.
What does it do? What does it do? Tell me what it does. How does it hurt you? Give me one reason.
Well, I don't know because I can't.
Yeah, because there's no reason.
I can't speak. I can see the white around all of your pupil. Right?